Dogs can also have psychological traumas. An expert explains how the guardian can prevent animals from going through traumatic episodes and what to do when this occurs. Psychological traumas are emotional responses to events that have caused memory wounds and end up making life even more difficult, since people can have a series of negative emotions after the event. Unfortunately, even dogs are not free of this. According to the veterinarian, several episodes can cause traumas in pets and, therefore, it is important to be aware and take some care. She explains that when dogs are puppies is the most sensitive period. In this phase, they absorb a lot of information, good and bad, and can take these learnings for life. When we talk about traumas, we are also talking about something that can be individual, that is, not always what traumatizes one can be a problem for another, she ponders. However, the expert points out that there are obvious cases that can generate traumas, such as mistreatment and certain methods of punishment, but there are also things that can go unnoticed. What, for us, may seem unimportant, for some pets can be a reason for traumas such as, for example, an object that falls near him and makes him afraid to pass that place, a more intense approach from another dog, a human being who yells on the phone. Pets can also have common fears, such as of rain or thunder. We need to convey safety to our pets, but at the same time we need to remember that too much protection can be a problem. Each trauma can generate future consequences in the way the animal acts. If, for example, a dog is punished for going to the toilet in the wrong place, he may start to hold back his needs as much as possible. In addition, he may no longer be able to defecate at home and need to go out several times a day to relieve himself or even start eating feces as a way to hide what he did. In this case, the specialist reinforces that the way is to educate, not punish. Another example is when pets are left alone at home during a storm or fireworks display. In the future they may have a phobia of similar sounds. It is worth remembering that dogs that bark at fireworks are also dogs that have fear, that is, they understand that barking can make the sound go away more quickly and he ends up being stimulated to bark whenever the sound is emitted. Jade also tells us that animals that have been involved in fights with other dogs or have suffered mistreatment by humans may show fear or aggression whenever they encounter an animal/person with a similar profile. According to the expert, pets usually give clear signals when something is wrong. Unfortunately, most humans don't know how to perceive them. If the pet tries to hide or dodge something, the ideal is that we do not force the situation and that a behaviorist veterinarian or animal behavior professional is consulted to deal with the issue in the best possible way. She stresses that trauma is something serious and therefore should not be trivialized. Just as with humans, pets can suffer profound impacts on their account and it is our duty to protect them and minimize the damage caused. It is important to always be aware of your pet, especially when it is still a puppy. Whenever you introduce new elements into your pet's life, it is interesting to do so in an attractive way. We know that an umbrella helps us on rainy days, but the pet has no way of understanding that something that opens out of nowhere, abruptly, quickly, and accompanied by a noise is not something to be afraid of, says Jade. She also reinforces that some traumas may be difficult to forget and others may even be irreversible. The ideal is to avoid pets going through unpleasant situations, but as we know this is practically impossible, it is up to us to try to at least minimize their effects. Tips to avoid traumatizing your pet: focus on good and positive things at the exact moment the trauma occurred. After the episode, follow up with a behaviorist veterinarian or a good dog education professional. When you take him to new places, such as clinics and hospitals, offer a good experience, with conversation, affection and fun. Introduce new objects, people and animals along with rewards, such as affection, treats and words spoken in a friendly tone. Show him that he is safe when facing challenges and always encourage him to overcome certain obstacles.